Welcome to Texas Tech TV. Brian Jensen, Chris Level, John Harris, the Texas Tech Sports Network radio crew with you from Lawrence, Kansas, where the Red Raiders are going to be taking on the Kansas Jayhawks in the first road game of the Big 12 season for the Red Raiders this year. And I tell you, there are plenty of keys anytime you're on the road. Just dealing with that type of a situation has got to be one of them. But we pick three specific ones every week. This is Keys to the Game, and it's time to do that. John.
Well, my key this week, I think, is scoring in the red zone. The Red Raiders have been pretty good throughout the course of the season. They're 18 of 20. Now, last time out, they were 6 of 7, but 4 of those scores were field goals. As much as Cliff Kingsbury likes Ryan Buston, he'd rather see him kicking extra points and not kicking field goals. So I think if you get in the red zone, imperative to score. Cliff wants this team to score on 50% of their possessions overall, and in the red zone, you want to be 100%. You want them all touchdowns. I think if you're able to do that and do a better job, even than what you've done so far, just when you get in there, and I think if you think back to Thursday night, I'll go back to that Iowa State and Texas. Iowa State late in the game had the ball inside the 5. They settled for a field goal. They wind up losing by 1. I think scoring touchdowns when you get close is critical. I think it's always important. I think that's a big one for the Red Raiders later today.
And you knew as soon as they kicked that field goal
they were going to lose by 1. Exactly.
Same thing here. Waking up early is also going to be very important, making sure they get on the field in the morning. It's a very early game, and stop the run early. Not just yardage, but I think 3 and outs. My key is make sure that you force some 3 and outs early on against that running game, because it was a running game that tore the Red Raiders up a year ago, almost 400 yards, and they have basically the same running backs back. They are going to feed it to them a lot. So get some 3 and outs early. Let them know you're not going to let them just churn the ball down the field, and get it back to your offense. I think that is a key to making sure that you get that crowd quiet, everything else going in your favor, and hopefully get a W.
I can't believe you guys don't like Ryan Buston. That stings. Poor guy. He's just doing his job. No, along your lines, Brian, I think winning the battle with your front seven. I think we could say this for the next couple of weeks. If your front seven on defense continues to play like they have and wins those matchups, you're going to be in every game regardless of how your quarterback is playing and all those things. You talked about last year. You gave up way too much on the ground. Matt Wallerstedt earlier this week said that was embarrassing. He almost took it personal, and he wasn't even here. But you know, there's 3 seniors off that Kansas offensive line that graduated. They're not the same group. They have one guy that's dinged up in Mike Smithberg. And so I just think if that group right there will play consistent, you will win this game. And I don't think it'll be close. But they have to win that matchup. And if they do, you'll be fine.
Well, either way, it should be fun. Anytime you're on the road in the Big 12, it's a lot of fun, a lot of unexpected going into those kinds of games. So be sure to, watch if you want to, but listen for sure either way to the Texas Tech Sports Network radio crew. This has been Keys to the Game on Texas Tech TV.